Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, many things to mention, especially from Manchester and not only. And so get ready and let's jump into this new video and new week together. And here we are guys, with all the updates as usual, with all the news as usual, many things to say, many exclusive updates. The first one arrived in the morning. A big story, because Jack Grealish leaves Manchester City and joins Everton on a loan deal, and it's a here we go. The deal is agreed for Jack Grealish to go to Everton, strongly wanted by David Moyes, who was driving this move. He wanted Jack Grealish as a priority target this summer. Also, Everton tried for several players, including Malik Fofana, but he wants to play Champions League football, including Tyler Tibbling, but no agreement club to club. And now, agreement done with Jack Grealish. It's going to be a loan deal with a buy option included, £50 million to turn the deal permanent summer 2026. Obviously, that buy option is also going to depend on what the player wants to do, on what Jack Grealish wants to do. So that's going to be important to check and to see. But at the moment, it's a loan deal for Jack Grealish joining Everton. And so a massive move for the Fredkin family, a massive opportunity for Grealish in the World Cup season. Ahead of the World Cup, of course. And so it's going to be important to see what's going to happen there. But medical today for Jack Grealish at Everton. So, first player out of Manchester City. Then, one more, Savinho, exclusive story from last night, now he's everywhere, but I can tell you that Tottenham already presented an official bid for Savio, 50 million euros, Man City want more. My feeling is that for something around 70 million euros, this deal could get done for Savio to Tottenham. Why? Because the player is keen on the move. And we know how Manchester City work. When a player is having a desire to go, remember Julian Alvarez last season and also others in the past, for Man City, it's like, we open the doors. We don't want players who are not happy. Savinho is not unhappy at Manchester City. He doesn't have a problem with Pep, with Man City, with the teammates, with the fans, with anyone. He's quite happy at Man City. The problem is that he wants to play every single game. He wants to feel a very important player, especially in a World Cup season. He knows how important this is. And so Savinho is open to the move. Let's say that Savinho is open and that personal terms would not be a problem. Then this deal will depend on the two clubs, if they can reach an agreement. But as I told you, 50 million euros is not going to be enough, obviously, to convince Manchester City, but something in the region of 70 million euros could get this deal done for Savio. So let's follow the situation, because this is a really concrete story, an exclusive story from last night, and so we'll keep working on that one, because obviously for Tottenham to sign a player like Savinho would be massive. I can tell you that Thomas Frank, Tottenham manager, is pushing like crazy to have Savinho in the squad. He believes that Savinho is a perfect player for what he wants to do. Thomas Frank already did an excellent job with that kind of player in the recent years at Brentford. We saw the fantastic performances of players like Brian Mbeumo and more. So to create something special around Savinho is the mission, and so Tottenham are on it. I have a feeling that this deal could happen. Then one more, guys, for Manchester City exits, because while I'm recording this video, Manchester City and Nottingham Forest are at the final stages of negotiations for James Mcatee. So, James Mcatee visited some German clubs, was in the list of basically all the big German clubs and not only, Borussia Dortmund, Eintracht Frankfurt, he visited the club, also some interest from Leipzig, several clubs also in England, but he wants to go to Nottingham Forest. Agreement done with Forest, the contract is okay, personal terms agreed, now the deal depends on the two clubs, but it's really at the final stages, from what I'm told. So the here we go could follow soon for James Mcatee to become a new Nottingham Forest player. How much? I'm told that the transfer fee is a bit higher than £20 million, so we are around the 22, 23. Let's say slightly under £25 million for Manchester City, for James Mcatee, who has 1 year left on his contract, 2026, with an option for City to extend. But obviously, now the player is fully expected to leave. Obviously, guys, if all of this happens, and so Mcatee, Savinho, Jack Grealish is having a medical today at Everton, if all of this happens, you can imagine that probably Manchester City could return to the market to sign a player, to add one more player. Well, guys, there are several options that Manchester City are considering. They have to decide who is the right player for their project, who is the right player for their vision, if they want to go for a top player, for a talented player. So we have to see what's gonna happen with that one. But we can tell you I can tell you that Manchester City, and that's an exclusive update, are considering a move for Rodrygo from Real Madrid. Manchester City believe that Rodrygo could be an ideal option for their attack. Then, is that going to be possible? We will see. Is that going to be expensive? For sure. Is that going to be easy? I don't think so, because now it's 20 days to go, and we know financially Real Madrid have always been clear with Rodrygo. Since the beginning of the summer, I told you, we had many rumors on Liverpool, on Arsenal, on several clubs, but Real Madrid always sent a clear message to the player. If you want to go, we are prepared to open our doors. But now depends on Rodrygo. Let's see if Manchester City will come strong, but for sure the interest is there. And Man City are considering a move for Rodrygo in case all these exits will be completed. So keep an eye on Rodrygo and Man City for these final weeks of the window. Also, on Rodrygo, guys, it's important to say that he's always been a player loved by Pep Guardiola, also in the recent years. He was in the list of Man City, then nothing happened. Rodrygo loves Real Madrid. For Rodrygo, leaving Real Madrid is something difficult, but let's see what happens if Manchester City arrive. So, let's follow the situation, let's see what happens, we will be following that one, but today, remember the name of Rodrygo again. And also, for Real Madrid would be an expensive deal, obviously, they would ask for expensive price for Rodrygo, so for Man City would be an expensive deal in case they want to go for him. Let's see what happens there. And then guys, on Xavi Simons, let me mention that the contacts between Chelsea and Leipzig continue. For Chelsea, the priority is to find a solution also for Christopher Nkunku as soon as possible. Nicholas Jackson, Christopher Nkunku. So these are the two priorities. And then Garnacho is there waiting, but also Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons wants to go to Chelsea, and Chelsea maintain their contacts with Leipzig active. The possibility to include Nkunku for Chelsea is a yes. For the player, depends on what kind of opportunities there will be. Nkunku would love to play Champions League football, but Leipzig are not in European football this season, but he knows the club, he knows the environment, he was already there, and so Nkunku could be open in case there will be a good proposal from Leipzig. So let's see what's going to happen. In terms of conditions of the deal, the interest from Leipzig is genuine, absolutely. It would be in the same conversation as Xavi Simons, but separate deal. So not a direct swap deal, but for sure, Nkunku, Xavi Simons, Tyreke George, all these discussions are taking place between Chelsea and Red Bull Leipzig, with Chelsea mission to go for Xavi Simons. They appreciate the player, they like the player, they want him. He wants to go to Chelsea, now trying to find the right structure of the deal for Xavi Simons to go to Chelsea and for Christopher Nkunku to find a new club with Red Bull Leipzig being an option in this transfer window. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories. A lot to say, of course. From Savinho to Grealish, Mcatee, Rodrygo, what's your feeling on that one? Real Madrid, Man City, let us know your opinion. And then Xavi Simons, and then Christopher Nkunku and more. Guys, remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fabrizio here on the channel, guys. Subscribe, because we will have many videos and many news coming. Ciao.